Are you guys ready for the best Black Friday deals in home audio gear that we reviewed for 2024? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Hey folks, I'm Gene Delasalo with Audioholics. I can't believe we're here already at Black Friday. We put together this list of awesome audio equipment, most of which that we reviewed in 2024. And we did this as a service to you guys because we scoured the internet for the best deals through our channel partners. Full disclosure, most of this gear has click to buy and we do earn a small commission. So we do appreciate you supporting the channel. If you decide on any of this equipment that you want and you use our links, we have a lot of gratitude for doing that. We really appreciate that. So I have the article. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to read it, and you can go into all the details of why we chose this gear. But I'm just going to go over this and have a little share with you guys here. So we start with speakers. The Focal Vestia number 3s. I really like the Focal speakers. I love the Evo X. I think they're a really balanced sounding speaker. They're a very attractive speaker. The fact that these are all like 20% discount, and this is through our channel partner, Dream Media. So I would definitely check these out if you're looking for Focals. They're a really well-balanced speaker, and they also look the part too. They're just gorgeously crafted. Next up is Yamaha. We have a couple for Yamaha. They're another channel partner of ours as well. I'm a fan of the Avantage receivers. I've bench tested the RXA 6A, and it did really well on the bench. They have a nice meaty power supply on the A models of receivers. Yeah, they're a little bit older. They're due for a refresh, but the fact that they're on sale for a couple of $100 off, they have 2-channel preamp outputs if you want to add some external power, but you got 7 channels of amplification, and you've got a manual PEQ, which I find very useful when you're tuning your subs. Next up is the Yamaha HS8 8-inch powered studio monitors. I like some of the modern Yamaha studio monitors. I've heard them at Sam Ash, and I've heard them at various different recording studios, and I thought they sound pretty good. And these are normally $800 a pair, and these are $200 off, so $600 for a pair. They look cool. I like the white woofers that Yamaha has. Sony has some incredibly good deals on BRAVIA XR TVs. The X90L, we've covered this TV in the past. I personally like the Sony TVs. They're my favorite TVs because of their processing is just amazing. Yeah, they're a little bit more money than some of the other brands out there, but you really get good quality with Sony. In fact, I've got a Sony TV behind me. I've got one in my family room. I've got one in my bedroom, and I've got a Sony 6000 ES projector. Basically, my whole house is Sony when it comes to video. So the fact that you can get the 85 that's normally $1,700 on sale for $1,300, that's a good deal. So if you're on the market for a TV, definitely check that out. Next up is the BRAVIA Theater Quad. Now, this is a very unique speaker. There's 4 individual speakers, and they've got drivers firing in all different directions, and they have an additional powered subwoofer. I did not hear these personally, but Don Dunn went to a show and he heard these, and he said this was the best sounding system he heard that wasn't receiver based. So it just destroyed sound bars. He got a really good immersive effect from it. The sound quality was really good. It was easy to set up. That's a killer deal. So if you're looking for really good sound that doesn't take up a lot of space and it's super easy to set up, this is your deal. If you're setting this up for maybe a family member, your parents or a cousin or someone that just is not very technically proficient, this is a great way to get them into multi-channel immersive sound without overly complicating their setup or taking up too much floor space. And I do recommend you get the subwoofer, of course. You got yourself a whole Atmos system with a subwoofer for under $2,000. Pretty cool, very easy to set up. So now you guys that are into separates, as you know, I'm a huge Anthem fan. I run an MRX 1140 in my family room system. Teo runs an AVM 90 in his theater system. I've set up multiple Anthem products. I love their processing, and best of all, their amplification is just awesome. Their amplifiers, they're 2-channel amps, they're 5-channel amps, they're 3-channel amps. They just make really high quality, time-tested linear amplifier design. And the fact that this MCA525 Gen 2 is normally $3,800 at AudioVice, it's now on sale for under $3,100, $3,039. That's a killer deal that I would recommend if you're looking for a really kick-ass amplifier. I think it's about 225 watts times 5. It's a great deal, $760 off. So do check that out if you're on the market for a multi-channel amplifier. Next up is the Onkyo TX-RZ70 11.2 channel AV receiver. I did an exhaustive bench test on this, and we just published a full review as well. This is the receiver to beat. At $2,800, there's nothing on the market that gives you this much of a meaty amp section. It's one of the best multi-channel, all channels driven measurements I've done in an AV receiver in modern times. It was right up there with like the Marantz SR8015, which is like almost double the price. So the fact that this is normally a $2,800 receiver and Onkyo is running this promo for $2,000, that's a killer deal. And it's upgradable. It comes with regular direct live, but you could upgrade it to direct live bass control. And it has 2 subwoofer outputs, and it just has excellent performance all around. One of my favorite receivers of the year, and it's a killer deal at $2,000. I think when I bench tested it, you could look at the review. It did over 100 watts a channel times 7 channels driven, and it was 150 times 2 or even higher, like almost 170 times 2, even though it was rated at 140. So this is a true juggernaut of an AV receiver. It weighs almost 50 pounds. You're getting your money's worth with this one. Next up is Arylic H50 wireless stereo amp. We've covered Arylic a lot over the years. For budgetary kind of products, these are really good products. They have a lot of streaming DACs. This one has the Sabre ESS 9023 in it, and it's a good wireless stereo amp, and it's 50 watts a channel. I think it runs 8 ohms and 4 ohms, 5G. It's normally $249, and I think it's on sale starting Black Friday at $199. Now, some of these deals, like some of the ones I showed you before, it's not like you're just going to get it for one day and they're gone. Some of them are going to be there for, all the way until December. Some of them aren't. So I would definitely click the links and see, how long that deal is going for, whether or not you decide to purchase. Next up is the SVS SB-2000Pro Sub. We've covered SVS Sub ad nauseum because we've pretty much hit every one of their models over the last 10, 15 years. They just make really good product for the money. They're easy to use. They have an app that's excellent. I really like their sealed subs. I'm a huge fan of putting these little subs, multiples of them in a room to get really linear and flat bass response at all the listening area. And then you get the room benefits, the gain of having a sealed sub with a shallower roll off. So the fact that these are normally $900 and they're on sale for $700, and I think that includes shipping, that's a killer deal from SVS. So if you're on the market for a sub, personally, I would tell you to get 2. It's always better to have 2 subs than 1. And next up, the SVS Prime Pinnacle. These are an older speaker, but they're still a good speaker. We reviewed these a bunch of years ago. In fact, I think the review was in 2019. And James Larson had a lot of good to say about these speakers. He thought they were smooth and articulate, excellent bass performance, attractive, above average sensitivity, powerful, dynamic, good build quality, a little bit laid back sounding. So if you like a little bit of a hotter treble, you might have to EQ that up a little bit. And they are a 4 ohm speaker. So make sure you have a pretty beefy receiver or an amplifier if you're running these speakers. At $749 each, $1,500 a pair. That's a kick-ass deal from SVS. So definitely check those out. Another receiver that I'm a fan of is the Denon AVR X3800H. Normally $1,700. It's on sale for $1,275 through our channel partner Audio Advice. And the cool thing about this receiver, yes, it doesn't have quite as meaty of an amp section as the Onkyo RZ70, but it's cheaper. And it's got 4 independent subwoofer outputs. So you have more control of what you could do with your subwoofers if you have a multitude of them, especially with direct live bass control. And maybe one day D&M will get direct art. I'm not holding my breath for that because they haven't announced it. But the fact that you can get this receiver for $1,275 and it has 11 channels of processing, 11.4 channels, this is the cheapest dedicated preamp you can buy on the market, and it just throws in a decent amp section. So you could go and buy yourself that Anthem amplifier, connect it to this, and you've got separates. And it has the preamp disconnect mode, so you could assign when amplifiers are being active versus not active. Very cool That's a killer deal for $1275. And the fact that you have all that processing, you got Odyssey as well, you got Dirac, you've got DTS-X, Dolby Atmos, and Auro 3D, all the up mixers, so you name it. It's got everything you could think of and some of the best HDMI processing in any AV receiver. Very stable platform. Next up is the cheapest subwoofer on the list for the year, actually, the RSL Speedwoofer 10E. So this is kind of a more budget version of the 10S Mark II that we've glowed about for years. This one reviewed really well. The fact that it was $300, and I think that's shipped. And now if you do this power buy, it's a little complicated, their website on how to do it, but you got to sign up for this power buy. And if I think 8 of them are purchased, then you get it at that price. But to be honest with you, it's worth it even at $300. I would personally, if you're on a budget and you want to put together a multi-sub system, this is the cheapest way to do it and get good sound quality and good performance. That's just a killer deal. I can't believe RSL is able to pull that off, to be honest with you. And I like the Soundcore Liberty headphones. I've used their earbuds. I have their over-the-ear headphones. Anchor has been making some really good headphones. I've used the Liberty 4 at the gym a bunch of times. My daughters use them. They like them. They're normally $130 a pair. They're on sale for $99. I put a link to Soundcore, but I'll probably change that to Amazon if it's on my Amazon affiliate. But either way, if you need yourself a pair of cheap earbuds that sound good and they have some ability to customize the curves to your hearing, they actually do a hearing test. Very cool. Guys, I hope you like these picks. And again, I appreciate if you use our affiliate links to support the channel. We're going to be doing the Product of the Year awards in a couple of weeks. I can't believe the year is at a closure. 2024 just flew by. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving for all of our fans in the United States, and you had a great feast and you're looking forward to the holidays. And of course, ending out this year on a high note. We appreciate all your support to this channel. Guys, if you like this video, please hit the thumb up, hit subscribe. Don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. We appreciate your support. You get direct access to me if you want to suggest video topics. And until next time, my friends, keep listening and don't shoot your eye out.